being in relationships with other people who are wounded with the sword of trauma. Oh boy, does that cause all kinds of issues. This is what we're discussing right now. What have the effects been when you have been in relationships, because we all have, with someone who was also wounded by the sword of trauma? Now that could apply to coworkers, best friends, intimate partners, family members, neighbors, and anyone. Sadly, we all know somebody who has been through trauma. And once we start looking at it as a sword of trauma, because it's an outside thing from us, it's not like we all have a label over our heads of wounded jerk, angry person, a victim, always a victim. Like, that's why this is so beautiful. This is why this works, is when you see it as the sort of trauma, we can remove it and then learn to use it and then learn to play with it, and then we're not even talking about it anymore. Yay! So look at how you have been in relationships with people who are also wounded. Now, when that happens, there are clashes. Just like if you both literally had swords sticking through your body and you try to have a relationship of any kind, they are going to clash. They're going to get all hooked up with each other. They're going to, ding against each other and cause chaos, and all kinds of things are going to happen. It's just a mess. Now, we've all been there, right? Have you had the friend who always has the drama trauma? Hello. The family member who has crisis every single week? Hello. And it really works extraordinarily well. Well, it's not literally well, but for this chaotic world of trauma drama. It works well because you just click right in there, and then it's almost like if you step outside of the picture and you look at it from a wider lens, and you step away from the house or this building or whatever and look at it as if you're looking out through the roof, you can see that, oh wow, that's not actually an authentic real me, and that's not an authentic real him or her. That's two wounded people that their swords are clashing. If we just remove those swords, we could have a whole authentic, awesome relationship. Yeah, you could. But I'm here to tell you, when you're in a relationship, like we all have been, with somebody who's also wounded, here's the rule number one. You can never remove someone's sword for them. It doesn't work. Just you could be the greatest therapist in the world, but you cannot remove somebody's sword for them. They have to do it themselves. So when you're in this relationship and you begin to heal, a couple things happen. This other person can get really resentful of you, because it's kind of like two addicts who we've made an agreement to do whatever our addiction is together. And then you step away and you get better and stop, you break your addiction, and all of a sudden this person's like, hey, wait, we had an agreement. We're addicted together. We're doing our stuff together. We're fighting every single day together. Where'd you go? Oh, well, you removed your sword and you got better. The other thing that can happen is the person follows your lead and actually starts working on their own healing, and they get better, and that's a beautiful thing. And you're both on the road to wellness, and you're happy, you're living happily ever after. Yay. Now, I bring that up because when you're obviously addressing this if you're taking this course, when you begin to heal, again, you cannot remove somebody's sword for them. I urge you not to tell them that they should remove it, because that is totally that person's prerogative. Imagine if you're wounded with a sword, right? I do this a lot. Imagine if you had this and somebody comes up and is like, you should really take that out. You're like, it makes you crazy. That is not the way to make friends. The key is to focus on your own healing, for you to remove your sword and deal with your stuff. You will be a prime, beautiful example to this other person, as you get better and heal, and hopefully they will follow your lead and do the same. It was amazing. The beautiful thing about this course and the workbooks is that you can share it, but without telling them that they should or have to, or that you're trying to do it for them. It will not work. You have to work on your own stuff and be an example for others. But here's the thing. When you do get better and you start to notice all the people that you were in relationship with that are still wounded, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes those relationships just don't work and you literally have moved on and you have to move on. It's kind of like being an addict and you're not doing the addiction anymore. When you get better, you start attracting and bringing in healthier relationships. A lot of times, and it's a beautiful thing, the friends who are wounded do get better and y'all get better together. Sometimes, that's not the case, and you will make new friends and you'll become healthier and you'll have more healthy people around you. It just works that way. So, remove your own sword. Look at how it's affected your relationships. Love those and give them all the support that you can in a healthy way. Those who are also wounded. But no, you cannot remove their sword for them. You're doing it yourself. You're removing your own sword. But just look at it. Work the workbook pages in regards to this discussion and discuss how other people that you've been in relationships with, by them being affected by the sword of trauma, how it's affected both of you and what you can do about it. Clue, work on your own stuff. Okay, get to work.